Representative Dawn Keefer, and we're back today with part of my business series. We're at the Grove Speedway. I'm here with Alan today. It's in Monroe Township in Mechanicsburg, Pennsylvania. Thank you for having us here today, Alan. I wanted to talk to you a little bit about the racetrack, what all you do here, how long you've been here, a lot of different things that are going on. So let's start with, how long has this been here? Because this has been here for quite some time.
The racetrack first race was in March of 1939. It's been in continuous operation ever since then. There was a couple of years they laid down for the war, World War II, I believe it was. But other than that, it's been in operation ever since. We ran pretty much anything you can want to run here.
Anything. So how do you, so you do sprint cars, you do, what kind of racing do you do?
Presently we run, our main class is the 410 sprint cars, which people will relate to with the World of Outlaws.
Okay.
They're the same thing as what they are. We also run a 358 division, which is just a different motor class. We bring in different traveling groups, the World of Outlaws, Tony Stewart's All-Star Circuit of Champions. We just had the United States Auto Racing Club here for 2 big nights of USAC racing, champ cars and wingless 410 sprint cars, which was a great event for us.
Okay. And I think my district's a little unique because I have 2 in my district. So I have you, and then I have Susquehanna Speedways as well. And I have a lot of members, a lot of other legislators that are like, what are you doing up there with all of these, different gentlemen up there? But because they don't have this in their district. So this is a pretty unique operation. Do you guys work with each other, or as far as the circuit goes, how many are in the Commonwealth? Do you know? How many of these types of tracks are in the Commonwealth, do you know?
Not within the Commonwealth, but within probably an hour and a half drive, you can be at 10 different racetracks.
Okay, but in Pennsylvania?
I have no idea in Pennsylvania themselves how many there is. I know probably at least 40 or 50.
Okay. So, and so mainly cars. Do you do motorcycles or any other type of venues?
There has been motorcycle races here in the past. We are having a motorcycle race here that AMA is leasing the track. It's September 9th.
AMA is
American Motorcycle Association.
Okay.
They're leasing the track from us. That is on September 9th. That's going to be a pretty big show from what I'm understanding from them.
Okay, something unique. Have you ever done that before?
The last motorcycle race here was probably 15 years ago, and it kind of got washed out, so there hasn't been none since.
Okay. What's your draw like? What is when your grandstands are full, like what do you draw for races? I know the Outlaws are usually a big draw because I can see the traffic around my area.
A normal draw for us on a normal Friday night is anywhere from 2,000 to 5,000 people.
2,000 to 5,000 people.
Yeah.
And how many employees do you have here?
There's 3 of us full-time in the office, and then there's some maintenance guys that are full-time. We have concessions people. There's probably 20 concession people.
Okay. And some of those are part-time.
They're just part-timers, but full-timers, there's only 6 of us. 6
of you. But then whenever it's race night, which races are usually just Fridays?
Friday nights, except for when the Outlaws are in, then it's Friday, Saturday.
Okay. And so on a race night, you would have how many people working?
Probably close to 50 with all the officials and stuff.
Okay, Alan, you've told me a little bit about, the big picture here. Tell me how long you've been here and what your draw was to this.
Well, Dawn, I've been here coming to this track since I was about 6 years old. My dad had a push truck back in the day, and it just got me hooked from there. I've done pretty much everything in this racetrack that you can do. I've done fire and EMS here for 18 years. I did push truck for a couple years. I took off and did that, and then I got hired 13 years ago as a flagman in a corner, and then a couple years after that, I got hired full-time in the office. Okay. So I've been here pretty much my whole life.
So you had a lot. Have you ever raced any of the cars? Or?
I've had the opportunity to get in a couple and drive around in a couple, but as far as racing, no. No, I'll let that to the guys that are the professionals.
Okay, and so you say professionals, and give me a kind of an idea. How does this track compare to other tracks in size or draw and venue?
The venue itself, well, like I said, it's been here since 1939, so it is one of the 3 premier dirt track in the country.
3 premier dirt tracks in
the country. You have Knoxville, which is in Iowa. You have Eldora, which is out in Ohio, and then you have Williams Grove. Those
are your 3 big dirt tracks.
Yeah, that's the 3 biggest dirt tracks in the country. We've had people that have raced here that IndyCar drivers. Mario Andretti has raced here. Tony Stewart has raced here. Casey Kane has raced here. Jordan Johncock. I mean, anybody that's
so big names.
Big names in NASCAR and IndyCar have all raced here.
Okay, all right. So that's a unique kind of draw. Are you from? Do you live in this area?
Yeah, I live just. I grew up in. I was born in Dillsburg, grew up in Carlisle, and live in Newville now. So I'm a local boy.
Okay, so you've been around here. That's how you've been around this racetrack.
Yes.
So close to it. And tell me about like the drivers that are on these circuits. Now I know the draw is the circuit itself, and then it comes in here. But the lifestyle, like, is this a full-time job for these drivers that are in this?
Most of them is just a hobby. The guys that race here normally on Friday nights. Is just a hobby. There's a couple of them that do it as a living, but not too many. All the World of Outlaw drivers, they do this as a living. I mean, they travel from February to, I believe, November, and that's all they do is race 2, 3, 4 times a week.
Okay, all right. So they absolutely have to shop the venues then to continue to do it full time. Part time, that's an expensive hobby to have.
It is. Just to touch on a good motor for a 410 race car right now is anywhere from $60,000 to $80,000 just for a motor, and you get maybe 6, 7 races out of it before you got to tear it down.
Wow, wow. So sponsorships are a huge
Sponsorship
thing
is
for them.
a big thing for these guys. The days of the big dollar sponsors are no longer there, so a lot of these guys just do it out of their pockets, the local racers.
So it's a true love.
It's a true love for the sport. It's something that you have to have in your blood and enjoy.
Right, right. And you're making those sacrifices to be that, to be on that circuit. It's a unique kind of thing. What is the draw local here as far as your audience and people that are coming for these races? Is it local, or do you find you're drawing from all over?
For our normal weekly races, we draw anywhere from New Jersey, Delaware, New York, Maryland. That's a normal Friday night crowd.
Right.
When we have our outlaw races, we have people come in as far as New Zealand, Australia. I sold tickets to a gentleman from South Africa last year to come to an outlaw show. So it's a national draw when the outlaws are in. Okay,
so it just depends on the venue that's here at the time. Well, could you possibly take me and show me some of the track?
Oh, yeah, we can go up in the grandstands and give you an overview and explain some of the other things that go on here.
That sounds great. Okay, so now we're in, this is the starter box?
Yeah, this is where the official starter stands with all his flags. He'll be having them down here. He'll control the race from up here.
Okay.
I've had the opportunity to actually flag a couple races here for the Saturday night series, which was a dream come true for me.
Right, right. This is as close as you're going to get, right?
Well,
I mean, other than being down on the track.
It's about as close as you're going to get. When I first started being an official here, I was a flagman down in a corner, and I'm literally 3 feet from the racetrack. So this is close as you're going to get, but I was a little closer. I could, what's the old saying, reach out and touch somebody?
Yes.
I could literally reach out and touch a race car if I wanted to at one point in time.
Okay. So tell me what this track is unique about this track. Like if somebody was coming here for the first time, what might they, you want to make sure, hey, take a look at this, or this is unique to this, to our
This track is a true half-mile track. It's really, it's noted by a lot of people in the industry as a paperclip because it's got such long straightaways. It takes big motors to run this track. Okay. And the corners are just so tight. It reminds you of a paperclip. Okay. Some people call it the clip, but it's known as the Grove is the nickname. Okay, the Grove because of the. It's just unique, and that's the name. Everybody calls it. I'm going to the Grove tonight. Okay. So. All right. All right. And so your pit crews, like how does this operate? So, we're kind of a unique situation here too. We have a pit area on the front stretch where our main division parks every night. It gives the fans in the stands the opportunity to actually see what's going on in the pit area. And then we have a back pit area off the back stretch where our second division will park. Okay. But it's kind of unique to the sport that everybody in the grandstands can see what's going on. To see in the pit, because on the other ones, they're underneath, so they're behind them. Most of them are outside of the racetrack. Okay, right. So to get in here, and I also saw when we were over on the other side, there's a tunnel? We have just two unique things about Williams Grove. We have a tunnel located underneath the first turn for people to access the infield from the main grandstand or from the infield to go to the main grandstand. It runs underneath the racetrack. We also have a bridge on the backstretch. We'll show it to you a little bit later. It's very unique in motorsports for the people to cross the racetrack when we're not racing, of course,
okay.
to access the whole speedway too.
Okay.
Both of those were built in 1947, I believe, to allow fans more access to the speedway because they would be on the backstretch. They couldn't get to the infield, you know, in the end of the
but
front
when
stretch.
the races are going on, they can't.
They cannot go across the bridge, but they can go underneath the tunnel.
And they could stay there.
They can
could
stay
they stay
there.
there and observe the race from that viewpoint?
From
If they're going under the tunnel and they're going infield or
yes, the infield is considered our general admission also.
Okay.
So you can watch the races from the main grandstand or the infield, which is pretty unique for us too.
Okay.
Or the backstretch grandstands.
Okay. So on race day, what's the atmosphere like here? Like it's pretty crazy, or
it's pretty calm until the gates open,
okay.
and then it can get pretty nuts.
Okay. And do you find? I mean, I would assume yes, but you find you have your groupies or your followers depending on the race, the driver.
Yeah, there's people that will cheer for the local guys, and especially when the Outlaws are in.
Okay.
The local guys, it's actually known as the PA Posse.
Okay.
Because it's about
That's
the
great.
only place in the country that the World of Outlaws can go and get beat constantly.
Okay. Wow. Wow.
So our guys are some of the best sprint car drivers in the country.
And our guys are the ones that are doing it.
The ones that are here,
hobby.
Right? Is a hobby.
Right.
Like there's only maybe 2 or 3 that do locally that do it for a living.
Okay. What would you tell somebody to draw people in, to tell people to, why should they come to Williams Grove Speedway?
Oh, why you should come? It's the excitement. I mean, these cars coming down the straightaway will hit 130, 140 miles an hour just on the straightaways themselves. It's
and then going into that.
And going into the corners, if you happen to be there, they'll on a wet night on a track that's really wet, there'll be dirt flying from here to Kingdom Come.
Right. I did notice your stands are pretty brown, so you come here, you're going to get dirty.
You're going to get dirty.
Dust that's here with the dirt track.
It's a dirt track. Of course, you're going to get dirty.
But the buzz and the motors and
the buzz, the motors,
crowds.
and it's the, I don't know how you say it, but it's the smell of the racing fuel. It's got to be. It's in your blood.
Yes, yes. Well, I want to thank you for taking the time today and showing me this. This is a great treasure that we have in South Central Pennsylvania and in my district specifically. Very unique to the area that we have this in our right here, right next door to where we live.
You got to come and see it, folks. It's nothing like it.
So, Alan, tell me about what's one of your most premier events that you have here.
One of our most premier events is the Williams Grove National Open. It's now a 3-day event. It runs Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. It's a unique qualifying situation. Just to make it real short, the total purse for that weekend is right around $200,000, with the main race on Saturday paying $50,000 to win. I'm sorry.
50,000. Wow. Wow. Okay. And that's a great draw for you. Is that one of your largest as far as attendance?
It will be our largest race of the season, almost, and one of the also top paying races in the country.
Now, do tickets sell out in advance for that? Do you have to get the tickets in
I would
advance?
advise, if you want tickets for that, you give me a call in the office during the week and we'll set you up with reserved seats or general admission.
Okay. But for my audience that might be viewing this, they would want to go online and get their tickets right away?
No, not online, but just call me in the office.
Okay.
And I'll take care of it. We don't sell them online.
Okay. Well, thank you for having us here today, Alan. That's all we have for today. Thank you for tuning in. If you'd like more information about this or any of my other series that I've done, there'll be more information on the bottom of the screen.